Hello everyone, my name is Poonam. I'm a human design coach and an energy healer. I help women find and monetize their purpose using human design and energy work. So if you're someone who is looking to find their purpose, then I have created a free cheat sheet called Soul Gifts by Design cheat sheet. So if that is something you're interested in, then leave me a comment saying cheat sheet down below and I will link you to that cheat sheet. And in today's video, I will be going over the profile for one, which is the Opportunist Investigator Profile. Now, if you have not come across my channel before, be sure you subscribe to it. With that, let's get started. I'm going to first go over the line 4, line 1, and then combine the two lines to give you a whole summary of the profile. So what are profiles in human design? Within human design, profiles are a really cool way through which you can figure out exactly how you are designed to show up in this world and also how the world sees you. This is that perfect costume that's created just for you. It's this dress that is not too big, not too small. It is just right for you. It is said within human design that when you step into this costume that's designed for you, that's made for you, then automatically you are going to start bringing about your incarnation cross. So that is when you live in accordance with your type, strategy, authority, and profile, your incarnation cross will automatically emerge. There's nothing that you need to do about it. Incarnation cross is this highest purpose that you're here to step into in this lifetime. So yeah, that is what a profile is. Within profile, there's two aspects. One is the conscious side and one is the unconscious side. In your case, line 4 is going to be your conscious aspect. That means that you're very aware of these tendencies within you. And then line 1 is your unconscious aspect, which means that this is not necessarily something that you know about yourself, but the world definitely sees this in you. So yeah, with that, I'm going to now dive into line 4, which is your conscious aspect. Okay, so line 4 is the line of an opportunist. With a line 4, you are someone who is a networker. You have always had these tribes and these networks, and wherever you go, you're this people binder. You just bind people and you create these circles, and it's very interesting to see how you work, like that whole relational dynamic. It's a big part of who you are. But line 4 is also a very fixed line. That is that you have some very fixed views about things. There are things that you're not willing to budge on. And you're not designed to budge on those beliefs. You are here to hold on to those beliefs and really transmit those beliefs to your network. This is really that, like that beauty influencer, for example, who loves this brand, and she's telling her entire tribe about this brand, how amazing it is, and everyone's, wow, this is amazing, this is the best thing. And then she pretty much onboards them into buying this thing. That is a very line 4 thing to be. With a line 4, you are going to need someone who agrees with you. You are very fixed. You are stubborn, and you're designed to be that way. It's not a bad thing. You're designed to be that way, and you need someone who agrees with you rather than someone who tries to change you. This is especially important in your relational dynamics, like in your love life, in your romance. This is going to be something that's going to be very important for you. Also, because network is something that is super important to you, you are going to need someone who is a friend first in your life. Does that make sense? Always said about this line that this is the line that shouldn't just jump into the unknown. They're the opportunists. They have to wait for an opportunity before they jump into the new things. So this is the person who should not leave a job before they have a new job in the waiting, who shouldn't break up with their old lover before they have a new lover in the waiting. And sometimes people take this in the wrong way. I have a lot of line 4s in my life, and I've seen this to be the ones who live unconsciously. They definitely live this way, where they jump from one relationship after the other. But I think what it also means is that, especially if you're someone who's conscious, who's aware of the fact that sometimes this could be unhealthy, it's more so that you need that friendship first. So yeah, you may be ending a relationship, but you have a friend over there, and eventually that friendship could blossom into a romance. So does that make sense? Because the basis for everything is going to be a friend for you. So it starts with a friendship and then moves into a romance, rather than doing a one-night stand or a blind date. So that is something that is going to be very important important for you and very much in alignment for you. Now, you are also designed to be an abdicator. Remember when I said that you need someone who agrees with you? If you find people who disagree with you, there may be a need within you to try to convince them, because relationships, again, they're very important for you, but you're not designed for that. You're not designed to convince or onboard people like that. There'll be people who will automatically agree with you, and there'll be people who disagree with you. The people who disagree with you, you're designed to abdicate them. You're designed to walk away from them with grace, because if you waste your energy on trying to convince these people, number one is that you're not going to be able to convince them. Number two is that you're going to experience a deep sense of fatigue. So don't do that. Walk away. You're fixed. It's who you're designed to be. It is in alignment with your design. Sometimes line 4s have told me that they don't feel that they're networkers, that they don't necessarily feel that they're this way. A lot of times this happens when line 4 is on your unconscious side, but sometimes it also happens when it's on your conscious side. And this has to do with childhood conditioning. If you were raised in an environment where you were not shown a lot of love and where you experience a lot of rejection, because that aspect is so important to you, it becomes this icy demeanor where you take on the attitude of, oh, I'm going to reject them before they reject me. And in order to protect yourself from what is the ultimate failure for you, what is the ultimate fear for you, you just become closed off to everyone else. So understand that if that is something that you're experiencing, then that is a conditioned aspect of you, and that is something that you may have to work on yourself, because that is not, again, that's not the costume that you were here to fit into. You are really here to be that networker, and you have that within you, but this is going to be that thing that you may need to work on. Okay, so that is line 4 for you. I'm going to move on to line 1 now. With your line 1 is on your unconscious side. So this is something that others see in you. You're someone who's going to need a very solid foundation. You're going to need to learn everything about that thing. Whatever your career may be, whatever relational aspect you're interested in, you will really have to, for example, if you're in a relationship, then you will have to establish a very solid, secure foundation, and everything that needs to be learned has to be learned in order to make that successful for you. If it is about career, then you're going to have to do a lot of studying, get 5 courses on it, 10 instructors on it. Like, you're going to be that person who will pretty much need that Wikipedia encyclopedia in order to strengthen that knowledge base within you, because there's a deep insecurity within you if you don't do it that way. It's like the foundation of the house that needs to be established. If the foundation is shaky, then the whole house is going to fall apart, and that's how you're going to feel. It's not that you will always need to do this. Somewhere deep down, you may feel that you feel insecure and you need to keep learning more and more. But here's the sign that's going to help you realize that you are becoming more secure in it. And that is that you are going to notice that where before you were very open to external sources of knowledge and you were really absorbing it like sponge, over time you're going to become less open to it. You're going to start becoming very rigid and very fixed, much like your conscious side, line 4. But you're very rigid now. Maybe you have 1 or 2 teachers that you listen to, but otherwise you don't. And you kind of, at that point, you know that you have become that authoritarian that the world needs. You've become very rigid. You're not really accepting views as easily as you did before. And here's how you become that authoritarian. Aligned ones can have a tendency to brag sometimes, especially on their unaligned side, where they're still gathering all this knowledge. But when they become that authoritarian, that need for bragging goes away, because they have established that foundation. And now people are calling upon them because they see that authoritarian within them. They see how knowledgeable you are, and you are going to be more knowledgeable than the average person. Any time of the day, you're someone who's extremely knowledgeable. So that's going to be you. But you're going to need that studying. And once you get to a certain point, you're going to be set, you're going to be fixed. And that's how you're going to know, even though you may feel insecure, you will know that, no, you are at a good place now. You also have this inherent BS radar where you can tell when people are lying, when people are making stuff up. So that is something to be aware of as well. And there's a tendency to be insecure. So there is that insecurity that can manifest in relationships. Be aware of it. If that is the case, then you're going to need someone who makes you feel that sense of security. You're going to need that sense of security in relationships, in life, in work, everywhere, in order for you to really snap out of it. Okay, so with that, now I'm going to get into profile 4-1. Now, profile 4-1 is interesting because you are neither a personal profile, you're neither transpersonal profile. You are something that's known as a juxtaposition profile. You're a fixed profile, which means that you understand both sides. You have the capacity to be on both sides, and you have a capacity to be interpersonal. That which means that, so with a personal or profile in human design, they are usually here to do their own thing, and they're like the R&D department. They're here to do the research, do the sacrificing of their own. They're here to do the hermit part and do the study, do the perfect something in isolation, or they're here to study something in isolation. The transpersonal side is here to really take everything that the R&D department learned, and they're here to transmit it to the rest of the world, because that's their capacity. They can really transmit everything to the world. I'm a 6-2 profile, I'm transpersonal, so I can really take all of that, take the stuff 1-3s create, take the stuff 2-4s create, and then transmit it to the world. 4-1s have the capacity to do both. They can see both, and they're really that bridge between the personal and the transpersonal, and you also have the capacity to really transmit it. I hope that makes sense. You are a fixed profile on both ends. You are the most fixed profile there is, so you are here not to be changed, but for people to accept you the way that you are. You are here to follow your own truth, and you are going to learn by investigating things, by finding the truth in things, by observing and analyzing things. You're here to teach others by calling out those patterns that you see, because you're going to see, oh, something's wrong here, something's not right here, there's a crack in this foundation, and by sharing everything that you have to back it up, because you have this deep knowledge base that is within you. When you're in your genius, you take all the learnings that you did and you use that in order to influence your tribe and transmit your fixed way of seeing things to them. That brings me to the end of profile 4-1. I hope this video has helped, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.